me, it's Queen Osedaru, and thank you for joining me this Friday. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So today we're going to talk about something that I think is going to be very helpful for those of you who are empaths. I got a message from a woman, and she said that she is an empath, and she hates it because she constantly takes on other people's anger, sadness, frustration, and she just doesn't understand, how to control it, basically. So what I was telling her is that an empath, for those of you who aren't aware, an empath is a person who picks up on other people's emotions, like you absorb them into your energy field, basically. So if you are feeling good and you go out the house and you see somebody who's grieving, for example, and you hug this person or sometimes just pass this person, you will take in their sad, grieving energy. And very quickly, within the next couple seconds, find yourself crying or hurting and wondering why, because I was just fine a moment ago. Many empaths have this happen to them all the time, and they really don't know why or what's going on, because most of us that have gifts never learn how to control our gifts. Nobody ever teaches us. People teach us how to tie our shoes, people teach us how to brush our teeth, but they don't teach us how to control our empathic abilities, because in most cases, even if our parents had abilities, they never learned. So basically what happens when you're an empath, you have to learn how to control what comes in and what comes out of your energy field. The first thing you do is strengthen your energy field by doing meditation. Prayer and meditation and a regular spiritual practice will give you a very strong energy field, first of all. So once you've done that, you open your third eye, your chakras are strong and spinning, your energy field is strong. You take on less of those emotions because you're stronger. The weaker you are, the more those emotions overtake you. Then another thing that you learn from, empathic training, I guess you would call it, is how to put up an energy shield. You'll be able to use your own energy to shield yourself. So like, for example, I'm able to do readings on the computer and on the phone because I can use my empathic abilities to draw in somebody's energy. They don't even have to be in my presence, you see? But that's from learning control. So I know how to open and suck their energy in, and I also know how to shut down and shut their energy out. You see? And that's what empaths have to learn. But that comes from, like I said, having a very strong energy field. You're not going to be able to do it otherwise. Otherwise, you're just going to go from person to person, feeling their emotions, if they're angry, if they're sad, if they're happy, whatever they have going on. Once you strengthen your field and you learn how to suck things in and push things out, then you are able to control what comes in. I can control what I take in to do the reading. And when I'm finished, I can push it out. You see? You have to learn how to control that ability. And the only way to learn it that I know of is through meditation. All the sages say meditation, yoga practices, but it's all spiritual practices. And the stronger you get with it, the more you're able to do the things that I'm talking about. Now let's talk about the shield. How do I do the shield? Well, one day I was in Pep Boys. Something happened with my car. I went to Pep Boys to get something for it. And when I walked in, I was doing priestess training at this time. So I was learning these techniques at that time. So I walked in and I instantly got angry. I instantly was like pissed. And it was directed straight at the guy, the cashier. Now, I found out from standing in line that everybody in line was angry with the cashier. So it was such an overwhelming feeling. So I was like, ooh, this is not good. So I went outside and released all that angry energy that I had just absorbed in myself. Then I put up the shield. How do you do the shield? When you're strong enough, you're able to just envision it. You just sit and you envision the shield. Typically the shield is light. white light, gold light, black light, some kind of light, and you surround yourself in this bubble of this shield. I still do multiple layers of light, actually. Violet, white, gold, black, you know, and you shield yourself. You imagine your energy. And this comes from being able to, like I said, wield your own energy. That's what the meditation is for. The meditation helps you to strengthen your system and be able to wield your own energy. So then you get your energy to surround you in a very solid bubble of light. And then I went back inside, handled my business, and left Pep Boys. Got back in my car, let the shield down, kept it moving. The shield can stay up or down. It really depends on where you're going. Most of the time, my shield is up. I let it down when I'm trying to read something, basically. When I want to read something, or when I want to check something out, or I'm trying to peep something, especially when I'm peeping it from back deep, that's when my shield comes down. I peep what I gotta peep and put my shield back up. So basically, like I said before, it's a series of learning these things. What I'm going to attach to this video are some of the techniques that I'm talking about. I'll attach the shielding technique for you so you can check it out. But all of this really comes from you strengthening your energy field and opening your third eye. It's like anything else. You are born with raw ability, raw talent, and you have to learn how to use it. A person who's a pianist is born with that talent, but they have to do the classes. They have to learn how to use their ability. It's the same way with spiritual abilities. If you are an empath, you can learn how to control it so that you're not constantly absorbing other people's energy. And if you do absorb it, you can get rid of it. You see, a lot of times people that I know who have empathic abilities, they don't know this. So they're constantly getting like tossed in the wind from emotion to emotion. So like you're on the bus and the bus driver is happy. So you and the bus driver is grooving, you know what I'm saying? Then you get to the subway and people got an attitude. So now you feel kind of stank and grumpy, you know? Some of the times you don't, if you're an empath and you don't know about this, some of the times you don't feel good and you don't even know why. And the real bad part about this is that if you keep on taking in really negative emotions, you actually can get sick. You can get sick from taking in constant negative emotions, frustration. Let's say you're around a boss who's nasty all the time. You can literally get sick from their nasty energy. I remember one time one of my friends came in the room, and this is when I was first learning this. And he's a Libra, and we were having an argument. He came in the room pissed at me, and I got so nauseous that I had to go home. Like I had literally had to leave work. I got so nauseous. And it was like before he walked in, I was fine. I was sitting there writing on the board, you know, doing my thing. And he walked in with this energy, and my shit was like, ugh. I was like, oh my God. Like it just hit me, you know, and I couldn't, at that time I was just learning what I'm telling you guys about. So I didn't know how to stop it. I didn't know what to do. So I had to leave the building and go home and get myself, you know, I had to cleanse myself with frankincense and myrrh and pray. I had to do a lot more things. So until you get control, those are some of the things that can help you. Frankincense and myrrh, Palo Santo, those are things that clear away energies, that clean up energies. Sage cleanses and clears up energy. So different people like different ones, like I've told you before. So using a cleansing agent can clear up some of that nasty energy. And that's what I had to do before I learned to control it myself. I had to use something that was external, you know. Then as time progressed and I meditated more and more and I got control over it, and then I was able to put up my shields. I was able to push out somebody's energy. I was able to do those kind of things. I was able to open it and draw the energy in when I wanted it and stop it when I don't. You know, so like some people will say to me, are you reading me right now? And I'm like, no, my shield is up, boo boo. You know, I read when I'm paid to read, or when, you know, I want to know something, you know. I don't just go around, you know, reading random people that I'm talking to on the phone, you know, like for what, you know? So you can control it. You can open it. You can close it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And it's going to help you, and it won't be so hellish at that point because you're not going to keep on taking on random emotions. So for those of you who really want to learn how to deal with this, I would say check out the things I put underneath here. Do daily meditations. I always meditated at least 3 weeks out of the month. Now I meditate every day. Since we've done this challenge, I've seen it helps even more. So meditate. Open your third eye, strengthen your energy field. Learn this shielding technique that I'm going to put underneath here. That will help you. Use Palo Santo, use cleansing agents, frankincense and myrrh. I'll add some of those underneath here. These are the things you can use as an empath in the beginning, you know. But as your mind gets stronger, as your energy field gets stronger, you won't need anything. You won't need anything at all. You know, like I said, I can open it and close it at will. All I got to do is focus on it. That's it. And when you get to a certain point and your mind is so strong, you'll be able to do the exact same thing. But like I said before, you know, if you have abilities of any kind, there are ways to control them. There are ways to learn more about them and be able to utilize them. Anything from singing to clairvoyance, you can learn how to control. The problem is that most of us are not taught, and most of us do not seek the knowledge. We are in the information age, people. That anything you want to know is right there. Okay? So after I finish doing this video, I'm going to attach some things here. If you're having problems controlling your empathic abilities, look at the things that I put underneath here and consider working with them. Try to learn more about your ability and get control of it so it's not controlling you. That's the thing. And being an empath is one of those things that will control your whole life. Emotions are very intense. So if you go from negative emotion to frustration to anger to happiness, you're just getting blown around in the wind all day long, going from person to person's emotion. And I know from experience of having this happen to me, there are a lot of people with really negative emotions out there. And if you are not shielded or you don't know how to push away their emotions, you'll take on that bad energy. And that's when things like illnesses and anxieties and depressions come about. Some people come to me and tell me they're depressed, and I'm like, why? There's nothing going on in your cards. Nothing happened to you. You don't have any emotional wounds. Why are you depressed? And when we dig further into their cards, they're taking on energy from their best friend. They're taking on energy from their mother, their children. You know, these are people who are empaths, and they're so connected through these people, through the bonds of love, that they take on their bad feelings and emotions. So they can't even enjoy their own life because their mom's depressed, or because their daughter is upset, or their son is suicidal. You know, you take on all that energy. And if you learn the techniques that I'm talking about, you can shut it off and shut it out. So check it out. I think you guys learn a lot from it. I know it helped me. It changed my whole life. So if you guys would like to leave a love donation, and by the way, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the donations. I'll leave my PayPal. If you would like to have a tarot or oracle card reading, I will leave my information for my email. You can email me to make an appointment. If you would like to ask a free question, you can email that to me too, or put it underneath this video. And if you want to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, I'll also leave my social media information. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to another empath that you know needs to learn control so their life can be happier too. Okay? See you later.